Hi, this is Linda Bustos from GetElastic, and today's 5-minute webinar shares 5 A/B tests from the product grid that lift conversion. This is also a segment of a longer webinar that you can check out in the link above called Killing the Conversion Killers: Real-World Insights from A/B Testing.
This is a really important A/B test case because today we're in a day where mobile commerce comes first, and there's a big push towards headless commerce and bolting on single page applications or progressive web apps on the front end. And these JavaScript frameworks make it lightning fast. That's one of their value props, is to make your site faster and make content load faster. And there's kind of been this trend towards treating product lists like a social newsfeed. So it auto populates as soon as you hit the bottom of the page, and hey, that might be fine in a newsfeed, where as soon as you look at your friend's snapshot of lunch or the picture of their plane wing as they're taking off on vacation, and you never want to see it again. But when you're scrolling through products, hey, you need to keep something in your memory bank because you might want to scroll up and find it again. So what Etsy did, they actually invested quite a bit of time into building out this version on the right here, which was the auto scroll. Get rid of this dinosaur desktop era pagination, right? And make it a mobile friendly, forever scrolling, easy experience. But thank goodness they actually did run an A/B test on this, because what they found was this application actually reduced items viewed by 50% versus, just plain old pagination. There was an 11% drop in clicks. There's an 8% drop in item favorites and 23% fewer orders. So test this for yourself on your mobile sites, but it's something to keep in mind. And this isn't the only way that you can let a user kind of control their experience and not let auto loading get out of control. Like, they could have easily put a button right over here that said, load the next 15 product and allow the user a little bit more control, or have more tap friendly pagination and not make it overwhelming, like there's 250 pages of results. There's other ways that they could have tested and designed this, but I love this shocking result because it just shows that, we have to be careful with some of the trends, especially the mobile first trends. So we have this concept of what types of products are spec driven, driven by features, and maybe they look kind of visually similar from their thumbnails, but what really matters is drilling into the details. What are their attributes? What are their specifications that might make them different from another? And here's the thing too, especially with mobile visitors, like, you want to be able to reduce the amount of pogo sticking back and forth, clicking through to a product page and then coming back, and help people compare things at a glance. But in this case, just removing this actual clutter led to almost 10% higher revenue. So a good thing for this type of product. Now, just to blow your mind a little bit and to reinforce why you shouldn't just take examples from here, take them as inspiration, don't take them as gospel. Here's another example. So Amazon kind of has solidified this convention of having a white background. I believe you can't even list on Amazon unless you have a nice clean white background. Now, in this example, the A/B test, it actually showed 71% higher conversion when they showed the product in context. So it shows for this product type, for this customer on this site, people are responding better to seeing maybe the size, relative size to an office. It doesn't have to be previewing it in their own environment, but just seeing it somehow in use was a little bit more persuasive, kept them on the site longer. For whatever reason, 71% more got right through the checkout from these category pages. Talking again just about reducing distraction and clutter and moving utilities up higher on the page. Do they get interacted with more? Are they noticed more? Do they improve results? They sure do. How about to the tune of 19% higher conversion from category pages by removing superfluous left-hand navigation? Here's another example. Sometimes you want to get creative, or designers get creative and want to throw a little bit of visual interest. And what happened here was actually, so the left side, the more creative side, was the control. It was the default template. And the hypothesis was maybe we could get more click-through and conversion by just showing a normal everyday average grid. And the original was underperforming by 17% revenue per visitor. And again, when you're looking at revenue per visitor, money talks. So this was a no-brainer to implement the new and arguably more boring design.
For more 5-minute webinars, please follow us on our LinkedIn page, GetElastic. We are at GetElastic on Twitter and Instagram TV, and you can always hashtag 5-minute webinar to pull up everything we posted in this series. Thanks. See you soon.